Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shina the Shades and you're watching Shina the Shades. I really want to say a big thank you to all those who settled down to watch my last video on the deadly sins. This video I'm also going to be sharing more deadly sins with you that you need to watch out for and be conscious about so that it doesn't get to affect you now and in your future. I really want us to have this opportunity to understand the idea of transition and get to respect it as much as possible. So stay tuned and peace out. There's this particular scenario I want to talk about. I don't know what to define this scene as, but I want to put myself in the position of wanting to just get to address it. Is playing the evil side of the management space actually, and sometimes it can work to your advantage where you can leverage your need to climb the ladder. But at some certain point, there are some individuals, evil individuals that have some evil thoughts of wanting to just cause dispute or cause war between the management. Like, for example, I know of a particular scenario where an individual put himself in an idea of wanting to take whatever co-founder one says about co-founder two and goes to tell co-founder two so that they can begin to have disputes within themselves. And that scenario was actually a very, very like crazy scenario. And this is a personal experience. And the crazy part about it is it's not even a junior and intermediate, it was actually a senior position where you actually, between two co-founders, you would actually be talking behind them and going to give them feedback about their secrets. I'm so grateful because in that scenario, that particular incident that happened, those two co-founders really had a very, very tight bond and understanding between the both of them. And when they got to realize such a kind of incident, they had to let this individual go. So there's a tactical way of actually trying to play the management game, but you can't put yourself in a position where you begin to cause war at the top level. It might end up creating a scenario where the business ends up crashing. Or are you looking for a way to actually replace co-founder two so that you can also be co-founder two? How do you expect co-founder one to even trust you? If you can actually do such a kind of thing by actually causing dispute between the both of them, do you think you can actually get trust with that? So imagine even if you end up, we understand that okay, yes, the management part of business can actually be as political as it should be, but that's just another evil way of trying to project your idea of politics. It's crazy. Please stop it. I'm just so grateful to God that those co-founders didn't have any issues within themselves, and they got to notice that you were the problem. Another one I got to notice is gluttony. Please try as much as possible to learn one language at a time. It's very important. In order for you to actually avoid burnout, in order for you to avoid poor, in order for you to avoid poor code structure, in order for you to avoid your head being messed up when it comes to the idea of paradox of choice, learn one language at a time. You can't be killing yourself learning one language today, another language next week. Next month, you're learning something different alongside because of the fact that you want to fit in every sphere of the job market. No. Look for your niche, look for a wider community, learn what they are doing, and transition to whatever you want to transition later on. After all, are you not the same people that actually, it's because of money you are wanting to come into tech? You should actually figure out where your niche lies and learn within that niche and look for a job. Each one is trying to look for where you want to fit. You're just being told to and fro because of the fact that you have too many languages. And the annoying thing about this stuff is these guys who are coming to talk about languages that are trash. There's a reason why languages came, and there are responsibilities that those languages actually carried. If you were doing the language before and it doesn't work for you now, and you are bashing it, you have actually killed your transition mindset at a certain point in your life. Why? Because there's a reason, like I said, there's a reason why you put yourself in a position of wanting to learn that language at that particular time. It solved a certain kind of problem. But right now, it has exceeded the idea of you learning another language. You're now calling the other one try. You have killed the idea of transition or the mindset you have about transition at that certain period. There's a reason why I decided to actually stick with PHP and JavaScript for almost 14 years. And it's because of the fact that I've been able to build, I've been able to earn from it, and I've been able to put myself at a certain position where I'm at the peak of my career at this moment, right now. And I can tell you today that PHP I live, PHP I die. I can decide if PHP doesn't solve my language today, I'll move to another language, whatever the case may be. But will I actually settle down to say this is trash? Like some of these people that even talk about the idea of it being trash safe, it happens on the basis of the fact that they did not even try these languages before. Let's look at another concept. There's an idea of code conventions and codility structures. If you're looking at React today, Vue.js, and Angular, there are a lot of things that are common within. There are some conventions that are common within themselves. Like for example, two-way binding, state management, and whatever the case may be. I don't know about Vue.js and its composition API and if it actually matches with what we have currently with those respective. But there is a convention that flows within the both of them. So it's important you settle down to learn one particular. Just confine yourself within one particular language. If it's, let's say, for front end, you're learning React.js. For backend, you're learning either Python or Node.js or PHP, whatever the case. Stick to that front end language, stick to one back end language, and begin to transition into creating and building things. And look for your niche. Look for companies that actually look for such a kind of individual and move from there. Which one is learning C sharp today, learning Python tomorrow, learning Node because of the fact that you want to fit every part of the job market? No, you are killing yourself. You are only burning out. And at the same time, you are not going to be efficient. You're definitely not going to be efficient. So please, learn one language at a time. It's very, very important. So another one is greed. A lot of people are very, very greedy when it comes to the aspect of, I know we've considered it to be the new oil, but at the same time too, we are not being realistic with our standards. Like for example, there are a lot of people that will not put themselves in a position of knowing what the market value is for that particular role or what the market. I'm not saying that they don't pay 10x of what the market value is, but there is an idea of strategy in these things, and that is why, to be honest with you, there's nothing as sweet as learning from somebody who is at the peak of his career, because you can learn a lot from the person, what to charge, what to ask for in the market, and all that, because he already understands that space and is being realistic about it. Not on the basis of the fact that in Nigeria someone is saying paying a company said they want to pay 500K for a senior role, and you are saying abroad and they are paying that amount of money. Why don't you go abroad and go and collect that money? As if it's easy. You think because of the fact that you're a new oil, you can just get six figures like that. You need to transition into that level. You need to put yourself in a position where you can be able to where you can be able to keep on learning how to negotiate as appropriate as possible. You will come to me today and tell me, I don't know what to charge. Do you think it's actually easy? So an intern reached out to me. This was like 3 weeks ago, and he met me and it was like, because I kind of have this open space with young developers, because one core thing is I don't want to go. I don't want most of you, or like if you're still like trying to struggle, if you're still struggling within the space, I don't want you to go through the routes that I actually went through, because I failed a lot in my life. You get attitude wise, I failed attitude wise, I failed like in a lot of ways actually, and I killed my own reputations too. So I don't want you to go through that space. So this intern reached out to me and he told me that he needed a job, and I was like, okay, what's your salary expectation? This guy told me 1 million naira. I was like, hey shit, you're in Nigeria, dude. You're in Nigeria, dude. Like you can't put yourself in a position where you just have unrealistic standards. You don't know what the market value of this your role is if you are to like I'm not a recruiter for Netflix or Facebook or Twitter or whatever the case may be. They can even pay you more than 1 million naira, but you need to actually calm down with your. You need to calm down by being realistic with your expectations and all those stuffs like that. No. So when I even told him, it now looked as if I was trying to like manipulate a way to cut down the salary to an extent. No, 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 no. It's not that. No matter how good you are, you need to actually work your way through getting what you really want. You need to work your way through. You can't just end up saying you want to get six figures like that or seven figures like that. Like in Nigeria, I think it's seven figures kind of. You can't just say you want to get seven figures like that all of a sudden. No, it doesn't work that way. Please just calm down with your expectations, please. And if you do that, trust me, like the whole idea of this our career space, it's not zigzag, right? It's not zigzag. It's just on you trying to transition and have that certain kind of progression. And once you get there, you get to the peak of it. You can do it in like 5 years if your head is right. You can do it in 3 years. You don't even need to spend 14 years like me. No, you don't need to. Like I've seen people who have just done it in 5 years. Like People have done it in like 7 years, 3 years for that matter. They just build something and boom, they just blew like that. So you can do it in. The last one is people trying to, I don't know what to call this last one, but people trying to over engineer things. Because of the fact that you have the greatest and latest technology and you call it the best technology, you actually want to apply it at every point of what you are doing, and it absolutely becomes unnecessary at a certain period. Yeah, it absolutely becomes unnecessary because it will lead to poor performances. You would actually create an opportunity where people will begin to lag behind to an extent. So there's no need for you to form in this thing. There's no need. There's nothing special. It's not necessarily, let me even tell you something. It's not necessarily about the code. Yes. In as much as you're trying to code the entire thing out, it's not even about you. It's about the people who are going to be using your product. So why not just make things as simple as possible, rather than even trying to over-engineer things and make it so stressful for other developers to understand you? It leads to poor communication. It leads to a lot of things, and you don't want that for yourself because it's another subtle way of creating a bad reputation for yourself. So stop over-engineering things and getting to the peak of your career. You just want to use cutting-edge technology. See, please calm yourself down. It's about the users who are trying to actually use this product. It's not about you, please. It's not, no, it's not about you. The users don't know you. The only person they know is the CEO or the management. They don't know you. So just make things simple for other people, please. Right? If you think that there are other deadly sins, please, you can put it in the comment section below. Want to learn from it? I want to learn from you too. I think it's kind of important for me to put myself in the position of wanting to learn too, because there's some subtle things I might actually be doing to create some level of misbehavior. You get? But I need you to actually put it in the comment section. Share your experiences as much as you need to. I really want to, especially for senior developers and how they've actually experienced it, so that younger people can actually see these things and learn from it. You get? So even if you don't have a job, at least even from the common gig you are even having, at least you know how to culture yourself in that kind of situation. So don't this thing. So if you like this video, please do well to subscribe and also like the video and click the notification bells for more videos. I hope that this video has actually been impactful to a certain extent to you, and hope to share more videos and my experiences with you so that you don't get to go through a bad part. Thank you.